early.
Lighter. Got you. Yo, what it do, folks? You're watching Early. This is the weekly morning show that fills you in on all the things that happened this week in sports, finance, pop culture, and anything that's really relevant to me and Brooke. You know what I'm saying? Got my guy Brooke right here next to me.
What up, Brody? Happy
y'all
New
know
Year.
me. You know what I'm saying? My name's Mech. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. Did you get into anything last night?
I didn't happen to get anything last night, but I wasn't upset about that. Didn't feel any type of way. I'm a chill type of person. So, just some chill vibe shit. Grateful to still be here. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Happy to be here.
Big facts.
Everybody
didn't make it to 2021, dog. And I'm not even trying to be funny about that.
No, that's real. It's really real. And I mean, me and you, we always have these conversations all the time when we talk about in terms of why do people, we've had it in past years, right? You don't need a year, you know what I'm saying, for significance for you to want to make changes today, you know what I'm saying, or resolutions and shit like that. But nevertheless, 2020 is definitely a year unlike any other in itself. So now more than ever before, I could definitely resonate with people's sentiments where it's just like, yo, that was a wild year.
That was a wild year.
You know what I'm saying? To view 2021 as like a refresher. A year
it is
growth.
refreshing.
So I could definitely feel that. That is it's a little shift. 2021 really stands for 2021.
2021, yeah, big facts.
We off that.
Big facts. I feel that.
But not to make it all bad though. 2020 is also at least personally, you know what I'm saying, had a lot of growth. You know what I'm saying? Also more growth than I've ever had in my life.
Respect.
Got a lot of blessings. So 2021, I'm really just trying to keep that shit going. You know, keep on progressing what I'm doing, keep on growing the business, and the shit that we've been talking in prior episodes. More collaborations, more teamwork. So I'm looking really forward to this year, man.
Nah, my sentiments exactly, bro. In fucking November. I was like, bro, I can't wait for I'm looking forward to 2021 shit, you know what I'm saying? Right. And then also I was also on the wave of I felt like 2020 came with a lot of blessings too, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and say that it was perfect or it couldn't have been better. Right. It could have, of course, but for what it was, man, I'm grateful. Definitely accomplished a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, that was on my little list, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at the year at all. I'm definitely glad that it's over though, because
really stepped in your podcast bag this year.
You said what?
Stepped into your podcast bag.
I stepped into my production bag, bro.
Right. Limited
I'm looking at some of the things. I'm like, bro, producer of the year, as far as unknown niggas go, you know what I'm saying? As far as unknown niggas go, fuck that. Nah, but the shit was fun, man. It was fun, bro. Shout out to just everybody that I work with. You know what I'm saying? You included, man. Everybody is about their shit, trying to get to where they're trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? Because better than because I tell you a lot. I don't hound people. You know what I'm saying? If we talk about doing something and you know what I'm saying, I got to bring it up more than once or twice. We're just not going. It's going to die on the table. You know what I'm saying? So it's a testament to a lot of the people that I work with regularly, that they, you know what I'm saying, follow through. Alex, just for example, you know what I'm saying, we were literally doing the live tour and then that stopped. And then, you know what I'm saying, she was like, fuck it, let's do live and single. You know what I'm saying? We just made that up and that's kind of become her thing. You know what I'm saying? And then even this show that we're doing, you know what I'm saying? We literally were just let's do, of course we wanted to talk our shit, but we were let's do something different. You know what I'm saying? Nobody that looks like us is really just doing a morning show. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that. We did that. The fantasy football joint, same thing. Me and my homies just talking, let's just do it. We did it. And then all these things, the consistency of it. Because honestly, I know better than to say, stopping something in and of itself is wrong. No, it's not. Right. Sometimes you start down the path of something, and you're like, this ain't really what I thought it was gonna be. I don't want to do it no more.
Pivoting is a skill.
100%. You know what I'm saying? It's more about me and my homies. We find consistency, or when we do find consistency, we you know what I'm saying, get results, or we see the things that we want to see happen actually happen. It's all about just doing it long enough. You know what I'm saying? So going back to my homies that I do the fantasy with, like none of those guys are used to making content. You know what I'm saying? Right. None of those guys are used to doing any of the stuff that we were doing on a weekly basis. But like when I tell you, bro, these niggas was putting together stats every week. Like these niggas was putting together, like, you know what I'm saying? We were meeting like on a weekly basis to put together like segments. Like niggas were actually dedicated, like outside of just showing up to record. And
that's
a
beautiful thing though, right? It's like when you can do your role, people can do their roles. And it's like you as like coming from that production perspective. It's like we wear both shoes because we'll even produce content. Yeah, we produce and we host. But it's like you can observe and you're like, wow, like I'm enabling individuals to do what they do. Like that stats and all that shit is like, no, you come to the show with the content. I'm gonna make sure that this show is produced for you guys to go.
Make sure motherfuckers got something to watch. You know what I'm saying?
And you don't have to focus on that. You don't have to worry, oh, is the screen going down? No, you don't gotta worry about none of that, bro. Talk your shit. Talk your shit. Let your personality show. That's it. All you had to do is really show up and be prepared on what the fuck you gonna talk about. That's it. And like when you see that, it's like, bro, all you had to do was your role and you did that shit. That's why this is working. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like this was the year, man. This was the year that just kind of stepped into a different producer bag and just ready to even step into a bigger one this year, bro. Heights, like, you know what I'm saying? The thing is like this it's just
2020 the groove started, but shit, bro, the growth don't stop. It's time to, you know, get bigger and bigger.
Not at all, man. So shit, man, let's get into some interesting things that happened this week, dog. Interesting week.
Man, let's get right to it, man.
Interesting week, man.
It is. It has been.
I'm ready to give you what you need.
I'm gonna run down some of the big things that happened throughout the week. Yeah, man. So one thing, should we start with the MF Doom thing?
I mean,
it's heavy on my heart, man.
You said it.
Yeah, man. MF Doom passed. Well, we got news that he passed yesterday, but apparently that happened in October 30th, Halloween. You know what I'm saying?
That's officially Doomsday, bro. That's officially Doomsday.
Crazy. That's real.
Officially Doomsday.
Low key.
Fuck Halloween.
Low key. That's Doomsday. Low key.
Jesus, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, that's so crazy, bro. Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, bro.
What'd you feel like when you first saw
bro?
That? How did you first hear that?
How did I was literally I was doing my rounds, doing Uber Eats yesterday. I was doing some Uber Eats. Literally just got off like this Discord call, then hopped into like another like Clubhouse chat room and shit. And then literally I seen the chat room that said, yo, like
there was a room for it?
Like Doom. Like I was like, wait, what? Had to, you know, already know. Like nowadays you could just check the Twitter headline.
Oh yeah.
Check Twitter.
Go on Twitter and see what's going on. Yeah.
That shit said, like, no, not Doom. And I was like, bro, what the fuck happened? And you know, I was under the impression that it just happened that day, like when I found out. But yeah, man, I just started thinking back. Like I remember when I had first found MF Doom. Like, this was definitely like in those days when I was listening to like Lupe Fiasco's Fahrenheit for the first and 15th days, like shortly after the Food and Liquor, F and F up, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we talking 06, 07, 08. And then shout out to my boy Shardrak too. Like definitely like around like 2010, 2011 was just I was really getting into it. Like he would always have that shit spinning and I had it. So I just listen right there just off some proximity. And I was just like, yo, this nigga Doom is crazy, bro. Yeah. And then him and Madlib, bro, that shit was gold. That shit was gold. Anytime these niggas link up, that shit was gold. You know what I'm saying? Anytime him and Out, that shit was gold. Like real impact, like a real impact on the culture in terms of like personas, you know what I'm saying? Bringing in personas, the fucking with the mask in itself, like that shit's iconic. Fucking changing the merch game, like how merch is done with this shit. Like people don't know, like MF Doom was really on his collectible shit. Like it throughout the years, you know what I'm saying? He's dropped real action figures, he's dropped mask after mask, he's dropped all of this shit, and I feel like that's significant in itself because nowadays, like a lot of this like an entertainment business, like, you know, merch is like intertwined within that, you know, and not just merch for the sake of copy and pasting, but like real significant, stand the test of time. Like, wow, I got something here. Like this is an antique, you know what I'm saying? And you can't do that if you don't like nigga, like MF Doom was like a legend because people was even carrying his name in that fashion, like even when he was alive, you know what I'm saying? Like that enigma. Like when you talk about enigmatic like characters within the game, there's few. You know what I'm saying? There's very few.
That's what I was gonna say. That's kind of my thing with MF Doom, bro. Like, if I'm being 100% real, like, I don't know him off the music like people do, bro. I know the legend of him.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, straight up,
real.
like, I knew because Serge and Phil was here yesterday when we kind of saw it happened on Twitter,
right?
And I think it was either Serge or Phil. I can't remember which one, but one of them didn't know who MF Doom was at all. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, this nigga is like in music. You know what I'm saying? He's a rapper, producer. Definitely like a hip hop legend. It's just a matter of like, this nigga was like, "What's the song?" And I was like, "I don't know." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "I don't know," but like, I know, I know the legend of him. You know what I'm saying? He's like one of those J Electronica niggas. Like, you don't have to do too much. Like, but what he does it's timeless. You know what I'm saying? So that's it sucks.
But yeah, so and then the fact that it was like, I guess, you know, respect to his fam, you know, I guess they gave it 2 months to sink in. You know? I was like, you know, in this day and age, you know, then that's even hard. That speaks to itself.
It's hard that nobody like broke that.
I'm trying to tell you. I mean, in true MF Doom fashion, truly, like only MF Doom. You know what I'm saying? That he would go out like that. You know, like that was probably his wishes. Like, you know, they accepted that reality, and then when they was cool with it, you know, they let the world know. And to be honest, like that's totally fun. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Of course,
we're not entitled to be knowing like, yo, you have to let me, you know,
never.
So like it's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool,
people made a big deal about that with the Kobe thing too. Like, but also at the same time, like, I mean, it wasn't like Vanessa Bryant could have found out first anyway. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't around, and Kobe's such a big figure that like, you know, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like people, you can't keep that under wraps. Really, you know what I'm saying? But with MF Doom, I feel like he was already kind of like secretive. Not maybe secretive isn't the right word, but just like his everyday life wasn't like on public display.
Always kept you, he was a mystery in itself. And I mean, it's crazy because I mean, sometimes that can give you comfortability in terms of like how you live. Like sometimes like people truly, I separate my business and my personal life. And I truly appreciate that separation. Some people have it intertwined, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a matter of, do you enjoy navigating this space like this? You know what I'm saying? Like your personal soul intertwined with shit. You really, like, even when you're home, you're really in it. You're always in it. But like there's other people too. It's like you could create a space for yourself. It's like for example, like Daniel Day-Lewis. Niggas don't know what the fuck he do, but when he pop out, he wins an Oscar.
He wins an Oscar every time.
Yeah, and then I'll go back for another 10 years. So like, what is he doing? People don't even know this man. Kind of, again, like MF,
I told you before, I would not know that if that nigga walked out like anywhere, I would not know him by face. You know what I'm saying? You know? And dog, I kind of struggle with that, honestly, especially over the last like 3, 4, 5
struggling months. If you would like with I'm
trying to
want to be in that type. Okay,
I'm trying to explain. So like I've been struggling with like, what kind of person do I want to be? Like, do I want to be like, I know I'm naturally like, I don't necessarily feel like I need to share everything that's going on in my life. But you know, when you're in the position that we're kind of in, where we're still trying to like build names for ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Like it kind of helps. Like, I mean, bro, like I built like my content, like I built my content around the content being me until I started finding people who wanted to be the personalities, and then it shifted to them. But it's not that I'm uncomfortable being, you know what I'm saying, in front of the camera. And then I also know that you have to a certain degree, be in front of the camera to be noticed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get noticed if nobody knows who you are.
It's because I feel like you probably realize being in front of the cam is like, man, me being a personality in of itself, even though I have one, it's not necessarily going to make this shit pop.
It's not going to be the thing for me,
but
even though like I could if I worked at it.
Exactly.
And that's where it's like, do I want to put the work in to be a person? Because I don't necessarily want to be a personality. I just want my thing to be, I just want to be known for my thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I have to be known as Mech to get there, then okay, I'll do that. But it's not necessarily something I want to do.
Exactly. And so like when it goes back to the production terms, so like, no, I feel this is probably the best way to reach my goals, is to be like on the end of actually creating it or producing the space for it to take place. And then in the midst of all that, once everything is starting to run and you're giving platforms to different personalities, shit, and like you can start to see all coming together, now it kind of comes back. You're like, reverts back, and you're like, you know, my personality would help this situation. And it's so funny. And I love that realization, right? It's like you had to step away from that really, because you're thinking about the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you step away from that. And then you create the climate for now. It's like, no, now that shit would actually amplify my brand. As opposed to not really having a brand to stand on and just be like, it's me. Personality and let this carry it through. And like you said, you can, if you want to, you can do that. I'd argue that it's a lot, it's going to be like a lot more tedious of like a path trying to do that. And you got to, it's like, I mean, and it's kind of like,
you got to be a skeptical. You got to be like 100%.
And that has to be exactly.
Where it's like, I don't want to, because like the thing is like, if you go down the, exactly. It has to be in you. There's nothing wrong with it, but it, like for me, it's a force. Like it's a force for me to like, oh, I got to post some content today.
Like I'll be like, you're not trying to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly when it comes off like that. That it's like, oh, you may actually hurt your cause. You know, while you're trying to actually help it, you might actually hurt your cause. You know, so now that's real. Yeah, that's definitely real.
Other news this week: Dwayne Haskins. First of all, Dwayne Haskins gets released by the Washington.
How do you feel about it?
Like
how do you feel?
This was a long time coming, bro. This like every one thing you can do wrong as a quarterback in the NFL. This nigga in 2 years he did everything wrong. Not even in 2 years. In one not even 17-week season. In one 16-week season, this nigga did everything wrong, bro. He went from being the starting quarterback, which when Ron Rivera got there, it wasn't like it was. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people saw the writing on the wall. This nigga brought over Kyle Allen. People were like, okay, like Dwayne Haskins. I mean, he let Dwayne Haskins start the season, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, man.
The nigga started and didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? Then when he got benched, we kind of saw that, bro, like despite our quarterback play, we are a good team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even matter what our quarterback play look like. It just, as long as the quarterback don't come in and actually lose us games, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could be a good team or a competitive team, competing team. And then what does this nigga do? This nigga, first of all, this nigga goes out and parties, you know what I'm saying? During literally the one season, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? After losing his job, this is what he does. You know what I'm saying? And then even after losing his job, this nigga's like, oh, I got a stomach thing. I'm not coming to games. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was wild. That wasn't no
I was like, I saw that. I was like, okay.
Like when I seen the time and how it happened, I was like, bro,
nigga, the moment you get bunched, you got a stomach thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Damn. So fucking that happens. It's just like bad sign after bad sign after bad sign. But then it was capped by like, bro, we got a chance to will ourselves into the playoffs. And then again, you with your bad quarterback play lose us the game. You know what I'm saying?
But I want to give it like, look, and it had to be done. So we agree there. It had to be done. But you know what I'm saying? I definitely want to like look at the situation in its full scope too, right?
You want to give benefit of the doubt?
No, that's not. No, it's not benefit of the doubt because a lot of that shit is on him. Like I'm not. But I'm going to say. But the fact of the matter is, boom, as a rookie, to come into a franchise like the Washington football team, if there's no structure, there's no leadership or nothing, like. I'm sure nobody mistake Dwayne Haskins for being a generational talent coming out of the draft. No, everybody viewed him as, oh, this is the best quarterback. The Giants didn't believe so, and they were it behooved them that they did like that they didn't think he was the best.
Daniel Jones,
exactly, and that's that. To be honest, Daniel Jones.
And we laughed at him for
at
that.
this moment. At this moment, Daniel Jones is a better quarterback than Haskins, and he's a fucking turnover machine, and he's better than Haskins. Haskins, he only had 1 year at the Ohio. You know what I'm saying? That was enough for the Redskins. They're like, yo, let's get the man. You bought him, and who was it? It was a coach that already had his name. The writing was on the wall. Everybody knew Jay Gruden was out of here. He was out of here. So you get drafted. Your coach not about to stay here, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Okay, you got
you got to put that work in, bro. You got to show that you deserve to be here.
But then Pete, again, now Snyder. But this is the thing, Gruden didn't pick you. So it's a whole mind fuck. Gruden doesn't want you. He's about to go out of here. No, Daniel Snyder. Snyder chose you.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So again, it's like your owner is getting into affairs of shit. You know, that wasn't a pick for y'all. Boom. He made this decision. Now a nigga that's supposed to, nigga, fight for your fucking job. Win with this guy. Can't make it happen. Can't instill no confidence in him. None of that. Cool. And then I even saw Dwayne Haskins, like, you know what I'm saying, in the offseason, like through IG and shit like that. Because my boys, shout out my bro, Morgan Ferguson. Dope ass chef, dope private chef, cater anything, whatever you want, needed and shit. He was Dwayne's chef.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? He was Dwayne's chef throughout like the first season, like the all season. I was like, oh damn, like Dwayne I'm like, all right, Dwayne.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
nigga trying to get his body right, trying to get his nutrition.
All right, bro.
In,
like, I'm ready to see.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, he was on this visible shit. You know, ready to ball and all that. So now, I'm going back to Dwayne Haskins, like, you know, I'm saying you was really big up in yourself, big up in your team and all that. And look, adversity, like poor play, that's one thing. And that's kind of like understood. You 21 years old. All right, maybe you're not a phenom. It don't happen right out the gate. You need to be developed. That's cool.
Yeah.
But like when you bring up my stomach hurt, shit like that. Again. I'm not about to assume or not like that. But with the timing, right? It's like you were named captain of this team. You know that, right? You were named captain. Now you're getting emotional when the coach has to set an example for the team. You're playing piss poor. I'm supposed to just let you in and let our chances of winning the game just slip away?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna make a play. That at that moment, it wasn't even as if you was not named the starter. Just yo, you gotta come out and we try to win this game.
Yeah.
And then after that, like your ego take a hit, and now like you feeling some type of way. And then I already know within that locker room, it's like when everything is good, you know what I'm saying, which is probably the off season before the season start. Like, yo, the way the guy
start putting L's on the board.
Now when shit going bad, it's like, yo, your teammates are still looking towards you. You still got to lead it. Like the quarterback, that's the biggest responsibility. 100%. And it's like you got to be real cerebral, bro. You got to be real mature. You got to be wise beyond your years. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just like you shit the bed all the way, and you had multiple chances. And then exactly with the stripper, like, how you in the strip club, bro? Y'all niggas is losing.
It felt like week after week after week after week. This niggas in the headlines for doing.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Something that's not
this nigga was sleep on the fucking
to
bench.
Good football play. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to me, bro, it just reeks of like immaturity.
And shout out Chase Young though,
you know what I'm saying?
Because that's his peer. Like, come on,
that's his
we talking the
peer.
same
like,
age.
You know what I'm saying?
This nigga's all elite
bro.
on that line.
You look like one of the veterans.
Your defense is your defense is not a joke. It's not a joke. No, at all. And it's built for the future.
And to Chase's point, like the nigga's a good leader, bro. Like when Heineke went in there, this nigga was like in Heineke's face, like,
did
bro,
not
like,
look bad at all.
And Chase Young was right there telling him, like, you know what I'm saying? He was like right there, like, bro, you're balling, like keep it up.
Niggas was dropping passes. I was like, yo, he was finding. I was like, he's finding holes, bro. Just kind of crazy, nigga. And he was studying for his fucking exams like a week before. He's like, bro, like niggas hit me up. They're like, yo, we need you. I was like, all right, bet. I love shit like that. Like, stay ready, stay ready, and now you probably gonna get a job next year. If it's not with the skin, somebody's gonna be like, yo, we need you as a backup. Like,
that the nigga that they brought up from the practice squad? Was that what they're saying? He was on the practice squad?
Yep. You know what I'm saying? When you on practice squad, you gotta really live a real, like, a normal human life. Like, you gotta get a job. You
know what I'm saying? You still gotta make a living for yourself.
Just don't pay me.
Yeah, you still gotta make a living for yourself. Niggas be having part-time
jobs.
That's
real. That's real. I can respect it, though, for sure.
Oh, shit. Another thing I wanted to do, bro. So, you familiar with the Instagram page, Film Enthusiast?
I'm not, but bro, you know, when it's a film enthusiast, I'm gonna follow them.
Only because like so they talk about movies, but like the aesthetic of the page is super dope.
Okay.
But I definitely wanted to run through there. They put together a little like top performances, top movies and shows of 2020. I don't know if you've seen any of them, but we're gonna go through them.
Let's go. Let's do it. I'm so geeked.
Yeah. Let's take a little second. You can grab the we'll be right back. You already know you watching Early, the morning show podcast. We're taking a quick break just to say, man, if you're here watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button real quick, man. We try and get to a stat. Help us get to a stat. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button. If you on Facebook, like, share, you know what I'm saying? Things like that are cool. But otherwise, man, just continue enjoying the show. Let's get right back to it. Early, the morning show podcast. All right, so Film Enthusiast went through their what's it called? Okay. Have you seen Sound of Metal? So so this is the 10 best films of 2020.
All right, so you know, and just a little disclaimer.
Caveat.
Yeah, a little disclaimer, right? It's so crazy to me. I have not been on my movie shit this year.
Me neither.
Because I was literally it was a room I stepped in on a Clubhouse, and they're like, "Yo, we're talking about our top films of the year."
Yeah,
and I was like,
"I haven't heard none of these."
But then I was like, "All right, bet." So like, I go in, and then I'm on IMDb. I was like, "Bet, let me see what I checked this year." And I'm looking at all the shows. I was like, "Yo, it's been a TV series year for me." Like, Man,
we got the TV series.
Not to shit on the films, it kind of like made me be like, damn, bro, I'm about to like set aside on some of these weekends and like start crushing some of these movies because like I want to have, I love film. I want to have an opinion on them. The first, 100%. Y'all can't see like what's on the screen right now, but the first film that we got right now is Sound of Metal with Amir Khan. Yeah. No, wait, wow. No, Riz Ahmed. Look at Amir Khan. Hey, Amir Khan.
You look like you could be Amir Khan too. Wait, so like, is this homie nice? Because they say like he's one of the top performances in 2020.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm like the lead out. When I saw him in Nightcrawler, when he was by side Jake Gyllenhaal, I said,
this nigga was a Nightcrawler?
That was him, bro. That's the nigga he fucking let die. Nigga, that's his assistant.
Okay.
Yeah, so off that alone, I was like, yo, this dude is, because the role he played was so funny in that movie. I was like, yo, he's so funny. And I was like, I fuck with him. He's doing his shit well.
Yeah.
Then I saw The Night Of on HBO, a short series. You should watch that.
I heard about that.
Short series with Michael K. Williams, too. Oscar from The Wire. For y'all that don't know. But then again, I was like, yo, this nigga need to give this nigga his flowers right now after that series. It was 6-7 episodes. I said, this nigga need an Oscar. This nigga needs something for this shit. Yeah. This is unbelievable. So now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like full circle shit. Now it looks like, you know what I'm saying? He got his own
lead
film.
role.
I gotta see that shit, bro. Niggas, So shout out Riz Ahmed. I gotta see that.
Shot right here.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He definitely did a character transformation. And I love when, you know, actors I follow, when I'm like, yo, you don't look anything like you in real life. And I'm like, that's when this, yo, you in your bag.
Big facts.
You know?
Lovers Rock. You heard of Lovers Rock?
No, but again, I know my nigga from Top Boy. What's his name? Like,
he's from Top Boy?
Yo, yeah. He looking all happy and shit.
I never seen Top Boy.
Hey, yo.
But I hear it.
Watch it. So there's two seasons you gotta watch. The first, I forgot how they split the season, but the first season is basically gives you context and like when niggas is like not they dope boy shit before they really run into shit. And then the next season that drops is literally like a 7, 8, 9 year gap in between in the show dropping and in the real story. So like when you see it, like these niggas is like it's different. It's different. Like niggas on different plays. Like one cuz like who was like off his dope boy shit trying to come up in the first. I can't believe I forgot his names, but in the next season. This nigga's in Jamaica laying low. He the fucking plug, but he like, I can't even go back over to the UK. I'm hot. Like, I'm hot right now. Like, he like, damn, it's so crazy. Then this man, Sully, I do remember Sully, he gets out of prison. Yeah. Type shit. And, you know what I'm saying? The next joint. So, shit is lit. Shit is very lit. But, again, I feel blown that I can't even, man, bro.
Yeah, man, I was not.
Sorry,
we're going to get into the film.
We're going to watch all this, bro. We're going to watch all of these.
That's why we're showing them. They're on the list now.
Yeah.
Another round. Have you heard of it? Do you know what it is?
This one, no, I haven't heard of. I've only heard so far just Riz Ahmed's joint.
Okay. Minari.
Bruh.
Never heard of it. But also too, like, where are niggas watching movies these days? Because like some joints be on Netflix, some joints be on Hulu, some joints be on Amazon, some joints be on Apple. Like,
that's a great question.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a great question. But I feel as if
Tenet. I was looking to watch Tenet.
Bro, I've been hearing, Denzel Washington, like
John David Washington, bro. Niggas is saying like, bro, what's your read on John David Washington as an actor?
This is because
you used to watch Ballers, right?
Yeah, so it's funny, it's very funny. Ballers, my first take of the show. I wasn't really that fond of it, but I'm a Dwayne Johnson fan. Shout out to Rock. Like I'm a fan. Like I'm talking.
WWF days. Anything. No, so I was a big Rock fan.
I'm locked in forever with the Rock.
I never translated to being like a Dwayne Johnson fan, like outside of wrestling.
Word,
when I tell you I was the biggest Rock fan.
Yeah,
you know
like bro, like.
But also like I just like the guy.
No facts. And the way he carries himself and the like work ethic, I'm like, bro, fuck with this thing. But anyway. Yes, all Ballers and shit, and it grew on me because I was like, at first I was like, y'all niggas trying to be like a fake Entourage. I'm like,
that's exactly what I thought. I was like, bro, this is just bring back Entourage. And like stop this.
Like I love how it was shot. I love the aesthetic, but I was like, yo, this acting. I was like, other than The Rock and like his other mans, I forgot the other dude that was like they was trying to build the office. He's good too. He's a good actor. Yeah, he's a good actor. He's a good actor. Yeah, he's a good actor. But other than that, I was like all these new faces and shit. I was like. Shit kind of weak. And I was like, the storyline, I was like, but as it developed, you know what I'm saying? You get invested in everybody's storylines, is cool. Now to like loop it back to John David. In that series, I don't really like his character, and then it kind of like makes me like real critical on like how he's acting. And it's like I really like even his acting, I'm like, it didn't really stand out to me. Now I did watch the Black Klansman. And
I forgot he was in that. That movie was great.
And in terms, and like I like that movie. I like that movie. I like that
Driver,
movie, but I can say I liked how he performed more than I even liked the movie. I was like, oh wow. I was like, yo, you can dip in your bag. You can dip in your bag.
I'm thinking,
is there another
performances by him? No, that was like 2 years ago.
No, is there another? I said, is there another joint that he did before Tenet? Is there another
Black Klansman?
I know. I feel like he was in something.
I don't know, but Black Klansman was good.
What is this about?
I was more saying that it had Adam Driver.
What's this about?
Tenet. It's like a fucking. I want to say I might be wrong because I've only seen like previews of it. It looks like some kind of like James Bond type of nigga, like you know what I'm saying, like some kind of like nigga that just can't be stopped. He's on some kind of Mission Impossible type.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Christopher Nolan directed it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Robert Pattinson's in it too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so
wow.
It's actually a tough movie. And that's why I was asking about John David, because honestly, I didn't know he was like niggas is talking about like, you know what I'm saying, best performance of the year type shit. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I'm noticing even with a lot of some of these films, right? I wonder when some of them came into production. Because one thing I've been noticing with some series and even some films is some of them were shot during this COVID.
During the pandemic.
And you can literally see in the way that it's shot, like they could afford to do it. Like even the spaces that they have, like sometimes it'll just be one character. And you're like, damn, like, okay, they didn't have everybody on set and shit. And I was like, wow, like even in itself, like I'm looking at Tenet and now it's got me questioning. I'm like, he's just in the middle of fucking nowhere. And that could just be a regular scene, right? But then I'd be very curious to see like some movies that were made during this time. And it's like, wow, niggas really took social distancing to account without you noticing, like, oh my god, like they're. So I was like, yo, that's really interesting.
Yeah, big fact.
I saw a lot of productions with just one person.
Nomadland. You heard of Nomadland?
Again, look at this shit. Nobody,
no one around.
I'm trying to tell you. You
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
I gotta see.
I started watching this on Netflix on Christmas or maybe the day after Christmas, something like that.
Word.
The movie's good. Chadwick Boseman's in this joint.
It just dropped.
He was great. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, because I started watching it mad late. I fell asleep. So I didn't watch I saw maybe a good hour and a half of it. But Chadwick Boseman's character, like Chadwick Boseman's is a good actor,
man. I don't care. Like Viola Davis is one of the best actors of our time. Period. Like people just have to just look at her track record, yo. Look at her track record, and like even in the theater, like everybody knows she's a fucking boss when it comes to that theater. Like her and Denzel. The reason why Fences was so good, I don't know if you saw that film. Like
I've heard of it. Yeah,
they did that play so many times over, like in real time, like live and shit. So like when they doing a movie, it's like, yo, we doing a movie, like we coming from the theater. This shit easy. This is like we doing one take,
bro. I was literally just about to say that. I was watching another film. I mean, I was watching so shout out to Film Courage, this YouTube channel called Film Courage. Yeah. Okay. That's my shit, bro. Like all the insider information, behind the scenes type stuff.
Like how what went on the set.
People like us would love that type of content.
Hey, send me resources like that, bro. Like I like shit like that.
Bro, this shorty just interviews like thousands of people in the movie industry, bro. So like niggas you've never heard of that have done
that had a hand in some shit. You're like, whoa, I want to hear what the fuck you guys say. Right.
So one homie was talking about actors, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was like, bro, like it's always the good idea to pay for the best actors you can afford because you save so much time, because great actors only have to do 1 or 2 takes. You know what I'm saying? They only ever do 1 or 2 takes. Like a lot of these films that we watch in Hollywood with like Hollywood actors and actresses, you know what I'm saying? They're only doing 1 or 2 takes. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not like all day on set. I mean, they're all day on set because they're shooting like 30 scenes in a day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why they take so long. But also like, and then also when they're setting up and breaking down scenes and art and all that type of stuff. But like the acting itself, it's very like boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, the appreciation I have for acting is really crazy because like when I break it down at the end of the day, it's like your ability to take me out of my reality and I'm in yours.
Yeah.
And that shit is all dependent on literally like the ability of those that are bringing the vision to life. Like you can set everything up, but at the end of the day, like a subpar performance to a great performance or having the wrong person in the role when you could have had the right person. Like it changes everything. Like not even like difference might even be like an understatement of a word. Like it changes the whole thing.
Everything. Yeah. No, it changes
it's
the scene.
Like
you know what I'm saying? The interactions and all that type of stuff. Like
and how you feel about the character throughout the whole thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
First Cow. Yeah, never heard of First
Cow. Who? What is it? Fuck.
You know this dude?
Yeah, I even remember the shorty that you had passed out to Viola Davis. She actually won an Oscar.
No, that was the what's it called?
No,
there was somebody after that.
No, before her. Go back. So her.
Oh, this is shorty from the Fargo.
Yeah, she is from Fargo.
The original Fargo.
She actually is from Fargo, and oh my wow,
she actually remember her name.
She won. Yeah, man. I be feeling like I'm disrespectful when I'm like, dog, I love your work.
Yeah,
I don't know your name.
I love your work.
That's really crazy.
I love your work.
She had a movie like where I think like her daughter or something like got kidnapped or like raped or something, like some tragedy happened, and like she started putting on billboards. She started renting
Billboard was the name of it was called.
I think something like and then she was like, "Where are our girls?" Like, and people, and it was so crazy because like the state government was like, "Yo, you gotta chill," and she was like, "Y'all are wild. Like, how I have to chill?
How I gotta chill?
Y'all niggas need to help me."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so so shout out to her. Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
We gonna get all these names, man.
The Five Bloods.
I heard. Hey, look at that quote. Look at that quote. You see that? Hey,
The Five Bloods was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I didn't watch it because I don't want to be disappointed. Is it good? It's good. It's good. It's a Spike Lee film, right?
It's Spike Lee, and I say it so it's very interesting because Black Klansman was Spike Lee, but like I will watch that movie again right after this if I. You know what I'm saying? Like
you like
The Five Bloods, I watched it and I fell asleep. It was like it was like I don't know, like The Five Bloods didn't really.
Yeah, I don't want to have that feeling.
I don't want to. But also, like I don't know if I gave it a real chance. I don't know. I watched it at night and like I'm the type that like, bro, like if I'm watching a movie at night, I'm liable to fall asleep during it. You know what I'm saying? I got to be watching a movie during the day to like really digest it.
I can't remember the dude that was. I do know one of the dudes that's in the movies. He was from The Wire.
Delroy or what's that nigga's name? He was in the top performance.
So
he's in the top performances.
He was talking about this whole experience, right, with Chadwick and shit. And he was saying like on set, he was like, you know, he's like, I thought he was delicate, you know, because everybody was like tended to him and shit.
You thought that was his character, like that was like
also real life, like in real life, like that's how people attend. Like that's what that was his impression.
Yeah, just
and then
based on like,
but then when things that came, like that nigga, he's like, I felt, he said, like then he started crying like in an interview a little bit. He's like, I felt so ashamed. I even thought that.
Yeah.
Because then when I found the situation, I'm like, this nigga was
really tough. He was actually tough as fuck.
Making this film. He's dying.
Yeah, no,
this nigga is dying, bro. And I'm thinking this nigga's like he's just a prima donna or maybe something. No, like
looking at
and the
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. That nigga's like kind of you can't tell if it's his character or if it's like because we know what we know.
All right, so
where it's like this nigga's kind of like
without spoiling it, you're saying
slim
like
and kind of like hunt. He's like he's got like this little. You remember in Spike Lee's Malcolm X when like him and Malcolm are like kind of like walking with that little like. Have you seen that movie?
You talking about the Denzel Washington?
With Denzel Washington?
I gotta watch it, bro. Man,
there's like a famous scene that's like a meme low key of like Spike and Denzel like walking with this like little like pimp type of limp. You know what I'm saying?
With the red suit on, like before Malcolm did the transition. Okay.
Chadwick Boseman's character is like kind of like hunched in that way. You can't tell if like, oh, this is how niggas used to walk back then, or if like this nigga might be hunched because I mean I don't know. Like, but he did kind of look like slim. Like he looked, you know what I'm saying?
It's
he
real,
looked like,
bro. I mean,
now knowing what we know, it's like, oh, like I mean, clearly.
To be honest, like nah, bro. I mean, Chadwick knew his state. You know what I'm saying? He knew his state, and it's kind of like I already know Chadwick's mindset is like him taking that role. He probably truly believed is like I could embody this.
Yeah.
Truly.
Nah, he did.
Just so it's like, so like when you saying all that, it's like, man, I don't doubt it. Like, I don't doubt it for a second that like he was conscious of like just where he was at physically, mentally. He's like, I'm the person for this role.
Yeah.
Like, I could do that. And
the
like
last one on the list is Mangrove. This is an old girl from Black Panther, ain't it?
It is.
Yeah,
it is. I gotta tap into,
bro. TV shows. Hey, bro, you said you was on your series, right?
Hey, bro, we went 0 for 10.
No, nigga, you went 0 for 10. I see Ma Rainey. I see Ma Rainey.
What else is it?
I seen the Five Bloods. I just haven't seen them all. You know what I'm saying? But you went 0 for 10. I went 2.
Damn,
I was looking for Tenet, bro. I could not find it. That's why I was like, where are niggas watching movies? Because I was looking for Tenet. I was ready to rent it and everything. Because I've been hearing. So have you heard of Tenet? Because I've been hearing nothing. No, it's probably because I follow this Film Enthusiast page, and Film Enthusiast, it's been talking about like behind the scenes of like tenant for months.
I've been ignorant to like you know, with the theaters shut down, COVID and all that. It's like, yo, bro,
movies aren't coming out.
I mean, no, they are. It's just, I guess, like now I'm kind of even like I'm really feeling like the difficulty to market it in this time. I did not know about none of this shit. And it's like you said, you follow film enthusiasts. I'm like, bro, I could tell you, like, were there commercials? I didn't see them. I don't know. And it's like, when you think about it, it's like, you can't even necessarily, like, as a production, you can't even invest the same money advertising because you like, bro, like the numbers just didn't add up right now. Like,
coming in regardless.
So you got to change it up. So like now when I'm thinking about it, it's like, nah, it's actually more of like our job, like the conscious consumer job. Like if you love this space, you actually have to look. They're coming out. Yeah. So
all right. So you said you was on your TV show.
I was, and
so
one for one.
Well, we're gonna see.
One.
You seen the
one for
Gambit?
one? Yeah. The Queen's Gambit.
I've
Anybody
never seen it. What's up?
It's awesome. It's awesome. So it's a short series. So you know, it's definitely like a easy watch to somebody that doesn't want to get invested. Like, I gotta. What is it about? So it's about this shorty. She's kind of like really gifted with the chess game. She really like falls in love because. And janitor and little context, like she's always moving like from place to place. It's just so she's finally at like this new foster home, and this guy, like this janitor that's over there, he's like a chess player and he plays himself. Like she snuck in on him playing himself, and then she's really incessant though, like persistent too. She's just like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? He was just like, yo, like leave me alone, type shit. And like she was just like she just kept coming back.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, yo, like sit down. Like I'm about to school you. And then basically she just ran with it. And I think it's based on a true story. And she ran with it. And it's funny because, you know, while she was in that place that she grew up, they were giving them all of them pills and shit like that. So like she kind of like grows up into her womanhood as like just already being predisposed to like wanting pills or like wanting like to drink and shit like that. It was so crazy. I was just like, yo, like that they did it to them though. Like there's nothing innate in her that wanted to do this. It's just like, yo, like I need pills. Like she really believes like I need all this shit to function type shit. But she really gets great at her craft. And then I mean, you just really see like her trials and tribulations. Like I guess you go into the mindset of a perfectionist. Like a perfectionist, and you're just like, damn, like it really be that real. Like sometimes you'll be killing it, and like, no, it's not gonna, like, no, like it's not good enough. Like, no, I didn't do it how I wanted to do it, like type shit, you know. So it's really good for that reason. When now that it's a short series, I don't know necessarily if it could have lasted to be like a long series, but in a short series in itself, I like it. I would recommend it for sure. But you know, you gotta want to watch some shit. You can't passively watch it.
You seen this shit, Dark?
So I've watched like 4 episodes of the first season, and then I kind of fell off.
I'd never seen this. How did you get put onto it, or what made you want to watch it? Did you hear about it?
I may have got hit by myself, or a friend of mine. Shout out Jay. She might have put me on, and it's actually I think it's foreign too. Okay. Yeah.
But I've heard about The Boys. A lot of people. It's I haven't heard about this superheroes that are like it's like superheroes that I want to say they like are not. I know superheroes as if it was a business, I believe. So it's like,
oh wow,
like superheroes as if they're an industry. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that show. I May Destroy You.
I watched the first episode. I need to actually watch this whole thing because I am a fan of her work.
Yeah,
I did like the first time I ever saw her was in Black Mirror. I did like that Black Mirror episode, and then she did something else as well. I can't remember, but
yeah, she like on the
up and up.
She like the next one.
She on the up and up.
She like the next one.
Like, I know that. I'm
gonna make us something. Like some networks just be like, just make something for us.
I think it's about what is it? Like,
isn't the show based off of like a screenplay she wrote or something like that?
Oh,
like,
word.
I felt like she did some. I feel like she did some like Issa Rae shit. She did like something, and then like HBO caught a hold of it and like gave her a bigger platform.
Right, bro. She that gifted with it.
Yeah. Wait, so acting or like she a writer?
I just feel like a lot of people within the industry rave about her, know, like acting wise. So like when but the way to me, her roles that she picks are like so like nuanced in a way that when you told me she might have produced a director, I'm like, I believe it.
She had to make it for herself.
Yeah,
that's what the wave is these days, and a lot of people say that it's like you create these. You got to be able to do like I think about Jon Favreau, like you know Jon Favreau, like the director of Iron Man and Chef. Yeah. You know, his first movie was Swingers, and he was saying, like, bro, like he just made
seen that dude grow.
Yeah, like he was like, bro, like I just made that joint because like I was an actor and nobody was hiring me for jobs, and he made that. And in the movie, he plays a nigga who's a struggling actor. You know,
the moment I found that shit out too, it was like, man, I love Hollywood roundtables, and then this nigga was like the director roundtable, the writers. I was like, Jon Favreau, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't even know.
Everything, yeah. The Mandalorian, of course, everybody knows this, but I'm just not hip to it. I've never been a Star Wars guy.
Yeah, I feel like, it's so crazy. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. I don't have any negative critique about it.
There is no negative critique.
I just have
They're phenomenons.
Yeah, I have to watch it. I have not watched any of it, and now when shit like this come out, it just make me feel like I'm even further.
I feel like I'm just overwhelmed. I'm just like, I'm just gonna let it go. Like I'm just gonna let Star Wars go.
Like, at the end of the day, it's like, look, bro. I love film, and I'm not like, I know a lot of people too. It's like if I put on a film, they're like, oh, it's an old. I'm like,
yeah, like, it's good, but it's good.
Like, nigga, I'll be like, so the graphics, like the what, bro?
That's like the same with music. It's like, dog, I hate when people complain about when something came out. Who
like,
cares?
Oh, like, it's so old. I'm like, bro, nigga,
it's old. If it's good, it's good. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yo, that shit really blows my mind. So like, I just gotta set the time. It's just daunting because I know all of these franchises to be like, no, bro, it is a thing. Like, it is a process.
And these niggas are engulfed in there's universes for these.
You gotta like set a time aside for that shit.
Better Call Saul. I feel like this show been on forever, low key.
I didn't know it was still on.
But with this Bob Odenkirk, this nigga, he's always good. Yeah,
he's great. He's great. He's a great actor. Yeah, I like the show.
The Crown, I've heard good things of, but I've never watched.
Oh, The Crown.
She actually shorty looks like Princess Diana.
Hey, so hold up.
I'm looking at this shorty like, is that Princess Diana?
We have to look at it, but I'm killing it right now because I have seen The Crown. I've seen 3 seasons.
He said I'm killing it right now.
I have to watch the 4th.
Nah, big
I have to watch the 4th, but The Crown is actually great. But I'll tell you all right now, this is a show that falls into the category that I like the show, but I would be so particular who I recommend it to, and I would not really recommend. Like all in all, I wouldn't recommend it because I'm like, this is truly a show. You gotta like dialogue. You gotta just like story development. There is not no. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Shit! It's really not like that at all. So I can understand how people would think it's like even boring, but I like that shit. I like seeing how shit come about.
I get that's like The Sopranos for me. Sopranos takes so long to actually develop.
But Soprano, but like it's man, it takes you everywhere. It takes you everywhere though. So I'm like, nah, I'm recommending Sopranos every fucking time.
The great.
Every fucking time. No, I have it. This is looking like.
It looks like
another
the same
Crown.
vibe.
I don't know if I want to watch it, but we'll see.
Ozark, of course. We know Ozark.
Of course,
nice.
Like, come on, bro. That's when they locked in. They're locked in right now. You see
now.
that? That's how it ended.
Lovecraft Country, of course. This was like the biggest phenomenon.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched the first episode, and everybody's been raving about it, and I'm happy, I guess, too. Like now, when I think about it, it's like there's really no black sci-fi content out there. Really, like on some serious shit. I was like, no bullshit, like black centric. Like we're not a character involved. No, this is our realm.
This is our world.
Sci-fi. Like I'm like, word. I was like, that's cool. And like Black Panther set the tone, but now it's like not everything gotta be on some superhero shit. Maybe just so I was like, for that aspect, I gotta dive into it. But I'm not gonna lie, like the first episode just took me everywhere. I was like, damn, like what is this about? Like I ended the first show like, damn. I don't even know what the fuck I watched, but I look great and everything. So I just gotta tap into it.
I'm not into shows like that, man.
And I feel you.
Me personally, like
you like Game of Thrones? You don't watch Game of Thrones either.
Game of Thrones. Nah, I didn't. I'm just bro, like sci-fi fantasy, like I just can't get into it, bro. Like, I know that I hear niggas say that. Niggas say that with Star Wars. Niggas say that with Star Wars. Like there's life lessons in Star Wars. I'm sure. Like,
but it's not even lessons. Like maybe you're probably like, I'm not trying to watch for lessons.
No. First of all, I will watch for. No, first of all, I will watch for lessons.
Okay, word.
First of all, that's you know what I'm saying. Like I love something that teaches me while I'm entertained. I love edutainment. I love that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about
for this year, please watch. If you don't watch
Game of Thrones,
if you don't watch,
Game of Thrones,
hey bro, I'm telling.
First of all,
I'm telling you, I'm telling anybody. I ain't not met one person in my life, and I've never met another person say once a person actually watched Game of Thrones. Watch that shit.
Nigga, I've seen episodes. I've seen it. Like I haven't watched it in like
you didn't watch it in the order. You watch it in order.
No, I didn't watch it.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Okay.
Because they don't look like nonsense. It will look
okay,
like
that's
nonsense.
the thing. So the thing about it, about it is like with shows for me, like if I watch it and I'm intrigued and inclined to go and want to watch more, that's how I get caught up in shows. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody tells me to watch some shit and I go and watch it and I feel like I'm doing it like it's homework, you know what I'm saying? It's a different type of watching. So I felt like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones has been that everybody be like, watch this shit, watch this shit. So I'll be watching that shit like it's homework, and I'm just like, bro, like when are we getting to the things that people will be like, oh, but also like, bro, like when I tell you I'm not into fantasy, I'm just not. Like I'm not into like dragons and like I'm just not like it's not like I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just that like you can't like for me to hear a story in that world, like I'm better off hearing a story about like some mobsters or like a story about like you know what I'm saying, some family orient, you know what I'm saying? I'm just there's ways that I can digest stories
at this point,
and fantasy world ain't it.
I'm becoming a little bit more selfish with it, but like I'm just really trying to live vicariously through experience of just watching it for the first time, so I could just see just like, yo, bro.
So I watch episodes. So like, how many episodes do you want me to give it? I'm gonna give it because you're you. I'm gonna give it a real rock. I'm gonna give it a real rock.
I don't even be asking Mac no shit like
not
this.
yet.
Like,
we never really tell each other like no. We'll recommend
so,
stuff to each other for sure. But like if you don't go and watch it, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna hold you.
No, right.
I feel like because like because you're being very adamant, but also I felt like I've given it a try. I felt like I have. Maybe I haven't.
First season.
Yeah.
Go to the first season and watch the first 3 episodes. That's 3 hours. I can't even necessarily tell you everything that happens in these 3 episodes. But if at the end of those 3 episodes you truly are awesome, I don't give a fuck what happens. Like after that 3rd episode, and I'm like, bro, then fuck it. Like, fuck it.
Shout out to John. John is on my wave, man. This nigga said I can't get with Game of Thrones. I tried.
Hey, bro,
bro.
Like, hey, I'm gonna ask you the same question though. Did you try off some scatter tip and you just saw shows here and there, or did you literally like watch from the first season and like try to go? What I said. Like,
I do think that's important.
Like the 3 first episodes,
you're watching nonsense. If you watch it,
then fuck it. Like you may end up liking it, even if you say no. You might end up really loving the show. But like in those first 3, here's a gist of the realm, the world, the shit that's happening. This you could already start to make inferences of okay, you're this is that. This is what it's all about. This is what's happening. If you don't fuck with it, then fuck it. But first 3 episodes,
I feel like
season,
because
3 hours.
Okay, I feel like especially bro, like we get these shows every once in a while that like everyone in America is watching.
And Game of Thrones beat the Sopranos record.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
it was that show, right? So the thing that like the thing that's kind of confusing to me is that it's not even confusing. It's like I understand that there's something there that I'm not getting. I fully understand that. I'm not trying to say that it's a bad show and like I'm the contrary and everybody's missing the point. No, I'm not saying. It's the genre I can't get with.
Because I feel you too. Like I'm always like this. I'm the type, like the perspective I have with anything, right? I'm trying to think of a genre. I'm not.
John said he definitely walked into an episode. He didn't necessarily
exactly. Like I feel you. Like I'm not gonna lie too. Like I was aware of Game of Thrones. Like, but to be honest though, I was the opposite. I actually did tune into like the 3rd season, and I was probably like I was probably
like I need to go back,
bro. I think I might have been off some acid.
Or
off some shit. But I watched. I was like, I just happened to see a very turn episode, and I was like, "All right, bet, watch." And it was lit. Like that's a fact.
I think that's how I stumbled upon The Sopranos.
Like I was like, wow.
I think that's how I stumbled upon my show, bro. I think I was telling you, it actually comes back in February. Snowfall. That should have been on the list. I don't think they had a 2020 season. That's probably why it wasn't on the list.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a show I openly tell you I have not watched, but I do. That's just one of those shows. I need to move it. I need to move it to like I need to prioritize it up there because
you need to move it ahead of the
I've been saying that, and it's like the show everything's about. I'm like, and
that's the thing, bro. I love like I'm not saying Game of Thrones isn't character driven or anything like that, but I love like I love stories and certain I love certain types of stories. I think.
Facts. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
I
like
love mafia shit.
Yeah, like, I love mafia shit. I love like
era
the perfect
like,
crime type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I love those kind of like stories. I like a good sports story, of course. You know what I'm saying? But
I guess I'm always open off some. I'm always on. Please, like I don't necessarily like I won't be predisposed to some genres. I'm like I'm really cool on that, but please prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I would like to like this. I don't like shit like this. Like I'm just telling you, like I don't care for this. Like even like romantic like rom-coms. Like it's really hit or miss. Like I love a good rom-com, but a lot of them shits is trash. A lot of them shits are trash. Like look, rom-com to me is like Knocked Up. I love that shit.
But that's not trash.
I know.
Oh no, yeah. But that's not trash. Yeah.
No, I love that shit.
Oh, you're saying rom-coms as a genre?
It's like, bro, Knocked Up is like a classic to me. Like you don't get a lot of them joints, but they drop a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, they drop it. Yeah, they drop a lot.
So I think it's like saturation of shit. So like to your point too, even sci-fi, it's like no, there's so much little sci-fi and all this shit and all that shit. So
and these niggas bro, like
I'd be like, bro, you know, this is a funny thing, but I'd be like, put two and two together, you'd be like, all right, maybe there might be something here. Son, if HBO's put fucking dragons on they shit, just be like, yo, HBO's dragons.
HBO,
they're HBO dragons.
Because you know how I feel about HBO.
Dragons.
Yeah,
like
HBO is the mother
here.
of all television.
I'm telling you.
You know I love me some HBO, so like that's a big fact. Like
I'm telling you, like that's
something to consider.
Should be like HBO.
They did it. They tried. Let's see what they talking about.
All right.
Even speaking of HBO, because I'm still not sure.
Did they have any series you not like?
I'm still not
HBO series you never.
I'm about to say one that I'm not sold on yet. Okay. And I think I told you about
it's ongoing.
Industry. Remember we were talking about Industry?
Did you watched the whole first season?
I watched not the whole first season, but I watched about maybe 4 episodes, and I was like, huh. And I'm gonna finish. But I'm still like 4 episodes in. I'm not like
I was like you.
I'm not like this is a great show or I love where this is going. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about it.
I watched the whole shit, and I was at half from like the first 2 episodes. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't see a lot of shows like on the trader floor. So like another thing too is like when I see shows about perspectives, I love Billions.
Yeah.
So automatically like Industry, HBO.
Yeah, that's a world that I like to know what's going on. I want to know what story they're telling.
I do my trading and shit like this. I'm like, oh, and then when I say I'm like, oh, this is like the big boys. So let me see what this is.
But it's like a girl that's like young that's trying to figure it out.
So I'm even more curious. I'm like, oh, wow, a woman trying to navigate this space.
Yeah.
Oh, very interesting. Now I'm like, let me see. I'm watching now. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of fucking sus moments in the joint. A lot of like shit that I'm like, whoa. But that's like a seed thing. Like this show overall.
Yeah.
I'm in it.
There was a lot of
bro. It's a lot.
No,
it's a lot. It's a lot.
And
the fact that it was the nigga.
Yeah.
I was really blown too. Yeah. Like, you know, but
you know, I know exactly what you're talking about too. That shit caught me all the way off guard.
Really,
all the way off guard. But even in addition to that, there's like other things that I'm just like, I haven't seen this in a TV show before.
Like that's literally that. Like all I could think that just be like, But other than that, I'm like, no, the show got me interested. And then off top, like on the first episode, I don't know if you recognized them. It was funny. I was like, nigga, that's Juntao. Do you remember Juntao?
From fucking that is him from Rush Hour.
Hey, yo,
that is that nigga, bro. What else has that nigga been? Where has he been? That nigga still acting in an HBO show, no less.
Hey, yo, and the role
I haven't seen that nigga
like,
in one thing since Rush Hour, bro.
This is lit. He's been in.
I'm sure he's been in things. Even when I saw him on HBO, when I saw him, I was like, okay, like familiar guy. This guy's like
you couldn't nail it. You couldn't nail it. You were just like,
but you know how you see actors and you're like, okay, this guy's an actor. This guy, like, I've never known his name, but like this guy be in the business. So people like this nigga knows when there's a role up for grabs. And you know what I'm saying? Like this nigga be in audition rooms.
No, like
so like he had that kind of familiar face
Yeah,
of like I know this nigga's in Hollywood, but like
they're like
Juntao exactly is who he was.
That suit, the way you wore that shit, Rush Hour, like all them years ago, nigga. Yeah, like
we need that. We need that energy.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
lose the accent. Yeah.
Succession is another one I was gonna say. HBO that didn't sell me.
Man,
and I gave it a try.
You watched?
I watched. I want to say I watched like the first like 3 episodes, bro. But the thing about it is, bro, you gotta make me want to look at the 4th episode.
Hey, Pete. I'm gonna tell you right now with Succession. Bro. I was exactly like you. Watch the first 3, 3, maybe 4. I said,
yeah.
I'm already fucking with Billions, mind you. So like, I'm already like I'm like, oh, HBO's little version of like niggas, this big money billionaire, whatever the fuck. I'm like, and now I just keep seeing it. Oh my god, Succession is so
winning Emmys and stuff like that.
I'm like, what?
I'm like,
I didn't finish
with
it.
Succession. I couldn't tell if it was trying to be funny. I couldn't tell if it was trying to be a drama. Like I wasn't sure in the first few episodes. And I think it's like Will Ferrell is behind it in some way. He's like an executive producer on it. So I was like, is this trying to be funny? I wasn't sure.
So then I watched fucking then my boy, like who I value his like opinion or shit like that. He was just like, man, it's such a great show. I was like, really? He was like, I was like, bro, I watched like the first 4 episodes and he's like, nah, bro, see? He's like, bro, just Just watch the whole first season, bro. Just watch the whole thing. And I was like, I got to a point where I literally had nothing to watch. Like, I was not trying to watch it. I literally, even after he said that, I said, all right. I got to a point, I was like, dog, Succession. All right, let me watch this shit. I watched this shit to the end. And then I was like, okay, I'm understanding. Like, now I understand the plot. Now I'm understanding the characters. First, the characters were throwing me the fuck off.
Yeah.
I thought it was all over the fucking place. But then you realize, no, the characters in themselves are just, that is them. Like, they're all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
And then you realizing that, like, where they are in relationship to each
world,
other, what they're trying to do and everything. You're like, oh, okay, I get this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a real a parental and their like father and the kid relationship, and then you got Shorty. She thinks she's really did all the work for real. For her, she thinks I'm supposed to be the head.
Yeah,
I'm next up, nigga. You had the heart attack. I'm next up, nigga. Yeah. Then you got the other cuz who really is off some big bro. He's just awesome. His ego of nigga. No, it's
off a title.
Me.
Like, bro, like I'm the big brother. Like,
exactly.
I really resonate with that, with the dynamic there. It's just that it wasn't hooking me. You know what I'm saying? In the time, though. In the time, but because I've heard so many like, oh no, it's a great show after the fact. It's like, I'm gonna go give it a real chance. When I'm in the moment where you were, was like,
and to this point too, I'm gonna tell you this. To this point too, like the acting is good, but it's really the script.
Yeah,
that's really like, wow, like it stand out. Like you're like, damn, like that's some witty shit, or like, wow, like the way the banter,
writing,
the banter.
I love a show with good writing, man.
The banter, you be like, oh shit, okay, I love a show with good writing. Okay, like this is kind of like, this is really good.
I felt like,
the writing is better than
HBO is always gonna have shows with good writing, bro. Like Veep, remember you used to watch Veep, right? Yeah, Veep is like that's one of the best. That's one of the most well-written comedies I've ever watched.
Second run through from me. Yeah, I haven't done the game.
I've watched that like 6 times. Like, but
it's hilarious. It's just so low key hilarious. Like low key in terms of like niggas don't talk about Veep.
No one. I only know a handful of people that even know it. You know what I'm saying?
It's great passive watching too. Yeah, you don't have to be in it all the way.
You don't have to watch like every single episode to follow the storyline. But so that was the 2020 list of shows, man. I'm gonna try to do better this year. By 2021, by 2022, I would have watched all the 2021.
Right. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be better on my shit.
I'm gonna get on the movies though.
But bro, I'm not even gonna hold my own self because like I know I'm also in creator mode. Like I don't be having time to watch all the, and then it was kind of hard to know like what's the joints worth watching. What are people talking about? You know what I'm saying? I don't be in the know in that way. But last thing that we could talk about, bro, is I guess some specific goals that we got for ourselves for 2021. I mean, as specific as you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
probably, just stay creating content.
Yeah.
And more conscious collaborations, teamwork make the dream work. So I'm just way more open to being able to create with people as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What else? Trying to generate more revenue,
generate more income streams. You know what I'm saying? That's always the plan,
become
bro.
Become a better trader. Take advantage of these cryptos. We didn't necessarily get to talk about it today, but next week I definitely.
That was definitely the plan. But
we're all good. We got
on our creator bag.
We talk about film and cinema, and
that usually takes priority.
I'm trying to tell you that's gonna be 5. That could be 5 hours. I'm trying to tell you, like, literally the way we just kind of like segued out of that. That was like
that was by force. That was by force. We gotta move on.
I swear to God, like we'd be talking about one series still.
Nah, that's a big fact.
Yeah, man, it's just more the same, but just more so growth and just really trying to have, concrete results with shit.
Yeah, man. I feel
travel
that.
too.
Yeah.
Travel too. I'm definitely definitely gonna renew my passport within this next month. I'm gonna do that. And I can't necessarily tell you I got places lined up right now, but I do want to travel. And you know what I'm saying? Now niggas got the, you know what I'm saying, the set, just because I got a new bag for Christmas. I got a new transportable camera.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I'm so geek.
Yeah. You were telling me about it last week.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you about it this week.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's how geek you are.
I want to just use that shit. Travel.
Facts.
I definitely want to just get content. Yeah, like in terms of like the outreach too, like even the shit that we do, or even with the podcast, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, that shit go back alive on the road and on the tour and shit. I'm trying to just reach out, you know what I'm saying? Just reach out, just past where niggas are based. Yeah, man. Like, yo, not in the, like, we know no borders, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, can you imagine like a fucking you doing a podcast live from Nigeria? You know what I'm saying? Doing that, like, that's lit.
Yeah.
They're like, damn, there's no borders to this.
That can happen, yeah.
Yeah, that definitely can happen.
Oh shit, I'm gonna be in Nigeria this Christmas because shout out to my sister. She just got engaged yesterday. Yeah, my sister got engaged yesterday. Shout out to you, Chomes.
So wait, that's you have 2 sisters?
I got 2 sisters.
Okay,
yeah. Wait, because you know Gochi.
I just met. Yeah, like, you know the time Gochi. I actually met you, I think they had just got married.
They had just got married.
That's when I like around 2017. Yeah, 2017
yeah. That was when they was living in my basement with me. So yeah, but then I have a sister that lives in Chicago, so I don't know if you've ever met her. No. But yeah, she just got she ever been to like any of the events? Is she older? Is she the older sister, she's my oldest sister. She was at I don't know if you came to like the game night we did in my basement like maybe last year or 2 years ago. We had like a bonfire out back. That's kind of how you would remember. You came to that? She was there. So I don't know if I introduced y'all, but she was there. But she lives in Chicago, so she don't really be. You said what? Your little bro was there. Yeah. All my siblings were there that day. But yeah, so like I just wanted to say shout out to her because like to your point about traveling more, I will be in Nigeria and I will try to make that shit happen. But also like I be trying to think of like how you will. No, I be trying to. I'm always trying to think of like how I can just do better things like the way of thinking of like to be in competition with your own self is like a real thing for me. 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always just like this sounds interesting. Right. How can I pull this off? You know what I'm saying? And I don't always know, but like trying is the thing. You know what I'm saying? So like I celebrate when I did it, like when I do it, like or when it's done. Right. That's the celebration for me. Like like regardless of like how it's received. That's kind of like the second wave of like, okay, like it's the sugar on top, I guess, you know, or the icing, you know what I'm saying? But like doing the thing is the thing for me. So this year, like kind of like going back to 2020, like another thing that I was proud of, just the fact of like taking Alex's show on the road. That was the first time I ever like coordinated a crew of people to go to another city and do what we do there. And then come back, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you know what I'm saying? And then post-produce the fucking joint, put it out, like motherfuckers fuck with it. Like it was cool, and it was like, and yeah, like when like people see little things like this, and like, you know, you just went to New York and you did a show. Like to me, it's like, bro, like, I don't know, man. No, man. It was hard. You know what I'm saying? It was hard, and it was like it was just cool, man. Like literally all on our own. Like no outside help from anybody that like me and you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
When you cross borders, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that shit's just multiplying the work that you've already done, because you're literally taking something that has great impact and placing it in a place where it's like you weren't here before and now you're here.
Yeah, and the big point I was trying to make with that is that fucking like no know-how. Like there was no like, oh, like I've seen this done before, this is how like it's done. It was none of that. It was like all just like, oh, this is the end result we want, and then for months just like planning it. And the thing is, like, it got stopped short. You know what I'm saying? It got stopped short. Like we actually had more to do, and we were picking up steam, like, because we did a joint in we did 2 joints in DC earlier this year, and then we did the joint in New York, and that was great for like our first time out of town. Right. So like, and we had 2 more to pick up steam, but then like I said, like we pivoted to another show that's working. You know what I'm saying? So like 2021, I feel like it's just more of like, bro, like set goals and then try to attain them, and then you know what I'm saying? Like that, I feel like that's just the wave, man. I feel like we'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like not even we'll be fine, because like we'll prosper just because our goals be huge. You know what I'm saying? So 100%. All right, man. I don't really got nothing else, bro. You know how we do.
But I definitely want to, if we could just play, you know what I'm saying, that Doomsday. Oh, yeah. For one time for the one time, and we could just ride out to that, y'all. So, yeah, man, if y'all just want to vibe out real quick, you know what I'm saying, that's really like, you know what I'm saying, the end of our episode for this week. But we're going to go ahead and put on Doomsday by MF Doom, you know what I'm saying, just a little tribute one time for the legend. Rest in peace.
Big facts.
So, yeah, man, I mean,
everybody have a good 2021, man. This is the year, bro. This is the year. We made it out of 2020.
All caps.
all caps. You know
all caps. This is your year. This is your year. This is our year.
Bro. So
all caps.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Have a great 2021, and we'll see you again next week.
Let's rock.
You know what I'm saying?
Early. Shout out TJ.
Yeah, shout out to you, TJ, bro. We appreciate you, man. Oh, he said he's coming through with the tunes next week. We're gonna hold you to that, bro. Pin it on here so everybody see it.
Yes, sir. Please, please. Episode right there.
Yeah. We got up to 5 on the drum. It's the thing that produces the rotation.
Early.